What is good, guys? Matt from Duality Gaming here, giving you another video, and this one is talking about console sales, and not so much the actual figures of the sales, more the people reporting the sales, and my opinion on them, and why I think it's a bad idea, and why I feel you should not give any of these motherfuckers attention, or why you shouldn't really even care towards the actual console sales and everything, right? Because at the end of the day, before I get into this video, if you've got an Xbox One, it should not bother you that your Xbox One has sold 20.1 million, so 20.1 million consoles is shipped or like sold those consoles. And if you're a PS4 owner, you should not care if your console has sold 40 million consoles, right? You shouldn't care about the ratio of the consoles, which is now 2-to-1. It's actually quite an easy one. If you own a Wii U, you shouldn't care like me. You shouldn't care that your fucking console only has 13 million consoles sold, right? Because at the end of the day, you can have 100 million consoles sold and have no games. What is the point, right? What is the point in having a console that's sold millions and has no games? And essentially my point, which I have done this video, kind of a similar video to this before, is why do you care? These sales do not affect you. You get no revenue from these sales. You can go argue, yes, well, we get more great games like because the sales of the console, but at the end of the day, right, that's not the whole case, because Microsoft may not really have as well of a selling console, right, and Sony with the PS3, but they'll pay for it if anything, right? That doesn't affect you, and it's a whole thing. And I'm going off this because I believe IGN and GameSpot both reported the sales for the consoles in March, and I sit here and I watched that for a second, and I'm like, one, what, you're only reporting this because really, let's be honest here, you've gone from being a gaming news thing to pretty much being one of the biggest like stigmas of the fucking YouTube. I think I just used the wrong word. Basically one of the most hated like channels on YouTube, next to the Fine Brothers. And the thing is, I wouldn't say hate is a strong word, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. More controversial, because you say you're like gaming news, right, but you're stirring fans, you're stirring the console war. And the thing is, this cross-platform play is gonna cut out the console war, but shit like this pisses me off. Why it makes news is, one, clearly you can't really, there's no more news to be had at this certain point in time. Two, you just want to get views out of your fucking ass, because let's be honest here, it's a business. But at the end of the day, they're not a gaming news thing, they're just taking the piss. And that's how I kind of feel, and it's just stirring that console war thing that really doesn't need to be done. And obviously it's not just them, it's the other side of people talking about it. But does it really need to be said every fucking month? Oh, this has been, the PS4 has now sold 40 million and the Xbox One has only sold 20 million. No. If you own an Xbox One and you're happy, be happy. Don't care about how many fucking consoles have been sold, right? Because it doesn't affect you. There is no paycheck that comes to your door about the console sales. It doesn't affect you. As long as you have great games and you have fun on your console and you have friends on it, why does it matter if the community is 20 million or 20 people? You know what I mean? That's how I see it. You know, that's how my opinion of it. Obviously, if there was a console that only sold 20 consoles, it would be a bit dodgy. But I feel it's a way of people, it's a view whoring thing. And obviously you could argue at the same time, okay, well, I'm view whoring because I'm doing this. But there's people like Hard 8, that Hard 8 Times, if you don't know him, who built his old channel solely on just fan wars, and he would use these console sell things to, you know, to their advantage. And it's just kind of mind-baffling. And to all the fanboys that are going, oh, the PS4 is better than the Xbox One, now let me direct you to the fact that the PS3 sold a lot worse than the Xbox One in that, or the Xbox 360 in that generation. Now, before anyone calls me a fucking fanboy, which I have been called on numerous occasions for every single console, which is quite funny. I've been called a Xbox One fanboy, I've been called a PS4 fanboy, I've been called a Nintendo fanboy, I've been called a Sony fanboy, all the same things. First of all, if I was all those kind of fanboys, that wouldn't make me a fanboy anymore. That would just make me a fan of good games and good game consoles. And that's what I like to see it as, but that's just me. Tell me what you think down below. I'm not really a fanboy. The only thing I don't own is an Xbox One, purely because I don't have the need for an Xbox One. But I do appreciate the games that are on that console, and I appreciate the community. And obviously, if you choose to buy an Xbox One, that's your choice. I don't really care. That's your money going to Microsoft. That's not your money coming to me. That's not your money going to someone else because I'm a competitor to them. No. And most of these gaming communities, like console companies, don't actually care, right? They don't care for these fanboy wars. Even Phil Spencer himself said it was stupid, right? People in Sony think it's stupid. People in Nintendo, well, their own story. But anyway, guys, tell me what you think down below. Like the video if you liked it, dislike if you didn't like it. Subscribe to the channel. It does really help me in the resale. Check out the latest videos by the recommendation things. Check out the Facebook and check out the Instagram for daily updates. And ultimately, guys, as I always say, have a nice day.